Conference titles up for grabs tonight, back on the Friday Night Blitz for a second round here. We just did all the 6A, some of the 5A stuff. This Midwestern League battle has been a 3-horse race, sometimes a 4-horse race when you consider
North Eugene was there for a while.
But Churchill, Thurston, Willamette, those have been the 3 that have been right there in a tight race with each other. We knew they'd have to play each other at the end of the season, and we've hit that point.
Yes, we've officially hit that point. Coming down to the wire, Churchill, of course, in the driver's seat heading into this week, beating Thurston and Willamette early in the season. The Colts and the Wolverines desperately needing a win tonight to kind of keep pace with Churchill, of course.
Well, Thurston needing a win to try and keep its league title hopes alive with North Eugene right across the way in Springfield. Opening quarter, Highlanders. Oh no. Ball pops out. Chaos ensues. Can't put it on the ground in hostile territory. Thurston would recover it and get straight to work on offense. Justin Fisher, that's too easy. Around the corner, high steps a little bit, finds his way into the end zone, and it's already going down in Springfield. Hard to take down the Colts on their own turf. Even harder when Noah Blair is playing like this, getting the job done, not only with his arm, but his legs. And then seconds later, bombs away, Blair downfield, David McDonald. We've seen that connection from the two seniors this year. Thurston rolls it home. The final from Thurston, 55-12.
So now up to Willamette. Senior night in the land of the Commons. A lot of emotions for those seniors saying goodbye. That can be a dangerous situation, but Wolverines on their first offensive possession, getting straight into the end zone. Maverick Akers getting the job done, pounding up the middle at 7-0. And then fast forward end of the first, it's Trey People finds Brody Robinson into the end zone. Third quarter, People looking for the downfield pass, but it gets tipped and into the hands of Ben Higginson. That's the quarterback. So the Commons would get 2 on the board, but would end up not beating enough. So Willamette, Thurston both get the win. The final from this one, 36-14 now, all down to Churchill. Cam.
All right, the Lancers taking on South Eugene. The Lancers back to work in the run game early, but not with Posse. It's Lucas Ganson, the quarterback. It was a nice pickup. Seconds later, Ganson in the air. Charlie Dexter, the tight end, breaking through tackles. A giant amongst men, 42 big ones. He takes it all the way to the house. Lancer Nation, they got a lot to be proud of this season. Talk about a turnaround. Just 1 win away from a Midwestern title. The Axe trying to play spoiler. Churchill not having any of it. Felix Olietti picked off by Asa Krebs, and you can chalk that up as another Lancer dub. 7 straight for Churchill, the 3rd shutout of the season. League champs for the first time in 6 years. The Lancers win at 48-0. So here we are in the Midwestern League standings heading into the final week of high school football. Churchill remains at the top and will stay at the top even if they were to lose to Eagle Point next week. And then head-to-head wins over Thurston and Willamette this season. And speaking of the Colts and Wolverines, an important game between these two programs next Friday with potential playoff seeding implications on the line.
I think that's important, Cam.
It is very important. When you look at the beginning of the season, there was a lot of talk around Willamette. Churchill kind of sneaks in there nice and quietly and flips this whole thing around. They got some big transfers. Lane Coffin has done a great job over there. Churchill wins it, but you talk about next week, Willamette, Thurston. We knew at the beginning of the season this was going to be big, and it is.
And I think it's going to be important to see because we already saw what Churchill looked up against Willamette. I think that was a lot closer, especially in the first half. Now I'll be curious to see how Thurston looks against Willamette. Again, in football, it's really all about matchups. Some teams just face off better against other ones. I'm curious to see how Thurston and Willamette look against each other. But again, whatever team gets that win, going to get a little bit of a higher seed, potentially more home field advantage in the playoffs, and that can make a big difference come playoff time.
And you talk about a great coaching matchup.
Yes, sir.
Justin Stark, Josh Line. This is a good one. We'll be talking about it all next week. Believe me, we'll be there too.